as dead tired as rock and roll. My stride used to be steady, but it seems I have slowed. And the road is as good a place as any to lay down and let go. Close your eyes for just a few. Let my mind do the walking back to you. I've been too long on the run. I've been too long being on the run. Too far out there in the middle of my own, in the middle of my own nowhere. There's a knock at your door. Don't recognize me anymore, 'cause I'm weathered and worn. No explanations in store. My reasons are as good as any, so let yourself let go. Close your eyes for a different view. Let your heart do the talking for you. I've been too long on the run. I've been too long being no one. Too far out there in the middle of my own, in the middle of my own nowhere.
Where you're at it.
And the road is as good a place as any to lay down and let go. I've been too long on the run. I've been too long being no one. Too far out there in the middle of my own,
There's a reason for that.
in the middle of my own,
Alright, cool.
in the middle of my own, in the middle of my own nowhere.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I'm good.
It's going good. How are you guys?
Awesome, man.
That is, yeah, that's my daughter Hannah. She's loves obviously acting and She does lots of stage stuff actually for kids where we live here in the community. So on a Saturday afternoon, instead of coloring books, we made a music video. So
Nice.
yeah, I mean, obviously it's not a high budget film, but it was still fun to make. I mean, just Anyway, we try to
For sure.
we try to. Well, I like to incorporate them as much as possible. You know, it's experiences that they wouldn't possibly get, otherwise. So try to have some fun with it. Yeah, exactly. Gives it the mood. Anyway.
So tell us a little bit about that song. I know, we talked about the video a little bit, but tell us about the lyrics behind it. And really, I read your bio. I've talked to you a little bit about your past in the mid-20s. Those were pretty rough years. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration for not only the song, but for your album.
Well, the inspiration for the song actually came from a conversation I had with Hannah. She asked me about what it would be like if I was more famous. And so then I started to think about what life would be like if I had chose that other path. But I think really what I wanted to talk about was the comment that I left the other day, which is the act of pursuing something that's selfish. And you really can't go back and fix it. The best you can really do is attempt to make up for lost time. So I think really, and this happens to a lot of addicts, if you've ever sat in on an AA meeting, regret is really, it's something that you have to work at to let go.
Sure.
So, yeah. That's really why that song, I think it hits a couple of chords with me, no pun intended. It's that piece of it, of, the what if I had never had the support that my wife gave me when we first got married, and struggled through those years with me, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now, and that
Sure.
record probably would have never been made.
Sure.
So I think that's really the opus of the song. The crux of it is really that that's the statement that I wanted to make. And I think when I write, I try to be personal, but at the same time, I want you to be able to take a story maybe from your life or an experience or someone and maybe they cross your mind, or maybe a certain memory. So if I'm too succinct, then I lose that piece of it. So
Right.
It's broad strokes. Yeah,
That's something we talk about quite a bit, me and Caleb, with each other as well as on the blog, that we love being able to tell that there's a real story, but also being able to pull something for us personally from a song. Yeah. And this song is the epitome of that. Like you said, it's because we've all had path A and path B. It wasn't the same path necessarily, but it's a tough choice. You pick one and you just have to, like you said, you live with it and figure it out. And sometimes you make the right choice, like you made. Like I'm sure, a family over everything, which is, but then sometimes you make the wrong choice and you just have to figure it out at that point. So it is that, two roads diverged. So it's a really neat song. But so the album itself, though, and remind me of the title of the album.
Dark.
Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole album, though, is about your overall road to redemption from those years of your mid-20s and making up for lost time, right? The whole thing.
Yeah, lots of the stories, I think are just they traverse the last decade or so of my life. And I think what ends up happening is, as the inspiration comes and the process takes place for writing, like those experiences start to bubble up and surface. And that's really how the whole thing started. I was trying to find a way to take something that was so dark and turn it into something that had some beauty, right? I think
Sure.
that's as close to redemption for that regret that I can possibly attain is,
Right.
is writing these songs. So.
And that's, oh yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, those are, for me personally, those are the most beautiful pieces of music. Like, as the name and the blog can tell you, we're not top 40 guys. We don't like party songs, whatever. We like songs that talk about the worst points in your life and the best points in your life, not just another day somewhere. You know what I mean? So, like Caleb said, I like the point where some choices you make and some choices some things you don't really have a choice in. So everything from these songs about recovering from addiction and to songs about being born in the wrong neighborhood. Those are all my favorite songs because they're all about dealing with the bad.
Yeah.
And it's uplifting, honestly, to hear, and it helps so many people understand that they're not, because a lot of times you feel like you're the only one who's gone through a certain situation, but music is so powerful in that sense that I don't know you, Aaron. I mean, we met today, but I can listen to this, or someone else can listen to this, and they're going to understand that. Sorry, I just read the comment. Lisa said, Caleb. Okay, do you have your cool? Okay, sweet, perfect. But you learn from these songs that even though I don't know you, you and I may have a similar path, and seeing especially someone who's currently in the thralls of something like an addiction or something like that, they can see it's not over. You have a wife and a kid now, and some people feel like it's too late, but it's not. It's never, obviously, and you can attest to that. But anyways, we don't want to stay serious for too long. We're here to, have fun. But is there anything that you want to say while we're on a serious note? I just want to open the floor. Do you want to say anything about anything?
I think just to bookend what you said, it is never too late. It's definitely not easy. It's not been perfect. The road, like the song, like to go back to the song, you get tired at times. But I think that really rock bottom for addicts is that place where they feel so tired that they just don't want it anymore because it's exhausting.
Right.
And even like in the workplace for me, I work with addicts on a daily basis. I mean, I support families whose children are in foster care. So the majority of the time it's neglect due to addictions, right? But I just totally lost my train of thought there for a sec. Sorry.
I get it. No worries.
Yeah, it's the tired. You have to recognize it, and that's when the transformation can happen. But until you recognize that a change needs to be made, it's really difficult.
I feel like addiction itself is a very interesting topic, just because it's both a disease and a choice, I guess, or maybe if that's an incorrect way of talking about it, let me know. But what I mean by that is like you would classify it as a disease, just like I don't know, the cold is or whatever. But it also is a mental thing, and you have to take these steps through your willpower to get to a certain place, and it's a constant everyday sort of I'm sober today. I'm not, it's you're not out of the clear. You're not ever out of the clear or whatever. But just that simple fact that it's both personal choice, mental, and also something that's happening to you makes it for a very, I imagine, very frustrating and very difficult thing to deal with on a daily basis. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes when people have like they have a preconceived notion about just through media about addicts. They like, if I'm at a party and it comes up, then they start to sort of cover their beer, and sort of just like become unsettled by the whole thing because they think that they're triggering me, which is great because that shows that they're sensitive to it. But at the same time, it's like, it's okay. Like that's, there's this thing that we often say, like, you're an addict or you're a normie. Like, normies are people that can, have a beer or two and then call it a night. I'm just not one of those people. And,
right.
I think when you recognize what your triggers are, and it takes a while, and you have to, and then lean into your supports when you are triggered. And I mean, you almost have to become like a weatherman. Like, you got to forecast what's happening. Like, oh, I'm feeling this and I'm kind of feeling that, and this has got me into trouble before, so I better do something about it. It's when you don't do anything about it that you end up relapsing or slipping, or, however you want to frame it. But yeah, that's the disease part, right?
Right.
The disease part is it's like, humans, we are obsessed with pattern and routine. And what you've done with alcohol or drugs is you've routinized your brain. You've changed the chemistry. You've pruned it in a certain way, that you have to fight that pattern, right? And that's where the disease model comes from.
It's the whole relearning how to do everything without it, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. And that's why residential treatment programs exist. Like, you go and you step outside of your routine and your pattern, and you re-routinize yourself, and then hopefully you're successful when you go back in to the real world.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? They say you have to do something, it has to be a routine. I mean, like you say, you basically have to reprogram. It has to be a routine for 30 days for it to become habitual, or for it to become part of your life, So, I mean, like you said, it's just more to that fact that it does do you, it is good to remove yourself from that, that day-to-day grind. Because, I mean, even if you try your hardest, it's going to be a lot more difficult, especially because your day-to-day grind, not necessarily for you, I don't know your backstory, but a lot of addicts are surrounded by other addicts. So, I mean, you can't, it's trying to become a herbivore in a room full of predators. It's like you can't do it. When there's a lot of people who are like, it's everyone's relying on each other to feed them that. Because I work in a restaurant. I'm front of house manager at a restaurant here, and so I work with a lot of addicts too, or recovering. Molly, he's been sober for 3 years, I think. I think he just celebrated 3 years, but he's the kind of guy, like, he removes himself from any kind of sketchy situation just because he doesn't want to be anywhere close to it, and it's just it is a constant fight. He always says, he's like, I'm always an addict. I just don't give into it anymore, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's really, really strong stuff. Anyways, let's bounce.
All I was gonna say is, speaking of the sensitivity that you brought up a second ago, we're gonna kind of transition into a lighter side.
I was about to say, let's bounce to some less heavy stuff.
But do let us know if any of this is like triggering or anything. I don't think it is. Like,
or not not triggering, but insensitive.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But because anyways, so we have three sections.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, do it.
If there are any people that are struggling, that are watching this, like, message me through Facebook or whatever, like, if you need somebody that you want to talk to, that I'm totally down. So, anyway.
He's linked right at the top of this video, so you can just click his name and go through there. But that's awesome, yeah.
I would imagine it's like any other thing. It's about creating community. And that's the key, is to create a community of people around you who want to see you recover, or to move on, and to help you. Anyways, so we have three segments of an interview. There's Know the Art, which we did. Now we do Know the Artist. So I'm going to ask you some weird, ridiculous, whatever questions, and just figure out where your brain's at.
They all have to do with the theme.
Yeah, they all have to do with the theme, addiction. So the first one will start out easy. There are three movies where the main character is an addict. You pick which movie's your favorite. Flight, Requiem for a Dream, or Ray.
Ooh. Well, that's a really tough question, you guys. I think Flight really bothered. Like, I watched that movie when I was it was pretty fresh for me, and
right.
That scene with the mini bar, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, you put yourself, and that's what I was talking about. He put himself in harm's way. And instead of like picking up a phone, he sat and stared at the mini bar all night. And then, look what happens. You can only hold on for so long, right? Requiem for a Dream. I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
In a long time, right?
The Dremel scene, where they amputate, that was pretty.
Yeah.
What was the last one?
Ray. So Jamie Foxx is Ray Charles.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Flight probably.
That was a good one. I haven't seen Ray actually, but I've seen the other two. I would probably pick Flight too. I don't know.
Ray's good too, man.
Yeah,
Ray's good.
Ray's a good one.
But he had PTSD.
I mean,
see, like there's always these. They call them comorbid. So you have something, and the way you cope is with substance,
like
and then
self-medicating.
Right.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about on the episode. We talked about that J. Cole song, and it's all about how people that have seen some shit and been through some shit, instead of seeking psychological help or something, turn to drugs or alcohol or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so question number 2. This one's the weirdest one. All right, so you have a daughter. Do you guys watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Oh, I suffered through it for a few years, but she's outgrown it.
She's older, yeah. So which Mickey Mouse character, you don't get too far, like don't go down a list of 50 Mickey Mouse characters. Which character shows the most symptoms for being an addict? If you had to pick one for being for an addict in the terms of like a substance abuse problem, not an addict to cake or whatever.
Oh, easily Donald Duck is such an angry dude. Like he's turning a corner right away. Like, you just see him at home. He's just like throwing darts at Mickey's poster, drinking scotch. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's a scotch drinker. I can see that.
Phone calls.
I feel like Donald is the scotch drinker until he gets to a certain point, and then it's Natty Light all night because he doesn't care.
Right.
Like he's sophisticated for the first 2 drinks, and then it's downhill because he's Donald. But anyway.
Gets sad drunk too, like that anger just.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god. Okay. And then this one, the third one, you could at some point, or your addictions for another addiction.
Seth, you got to repeat it. You
Anything on earth, what would it be?
If I could trade it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. You have, yeah, if you could trade it for another addiction, like you have to be addicted to this new thing, what would it be?
Oh, man. Like a substance or just anything?
Just anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
I would say peanut M&Ms, but that's
Nice.
dangerous too. That's gonna.
That is. That is. Dude, peanut M&Ms are. I feel like peanut M&Ms are objectively the best M&Ms still, even though they have like 50 different flavors. And that's. They taste better and a nostalgia thing. That's my mom would never buy the regular ones, even though as a kid I'm like, I don't want peanuts in my chocolate.
I've started substituting in the.
I appreciate your choices, Mom.
I've started substituting in the chocolate covered almonds from Trader Joe's, but like that's my adult M&Ms.
That's the classy. That's the
Yeah.
classy. Like, graduated now from like low level chocolate to you. Like it's even Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I mean it's dark chocolate too, like 90% cacao or something.
Just to let us know just how fancy you
Are they organic dark chocolate almonds?
Yeah, I think that
you have to make sure they're organic. If they're
with
not organic,
sea salt.
forget it.
With sea salt.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Everything has sea salt.
They're $42 a bag.
Yeah, they're pretty high. So let's get into.
I feel like that staves off
sorry.
the addiction, though, right? The price.
The price, yeah.
Or it would help.
you just like ruin your entire household.
Well, I was about to say, we're just like, I figured out people at work. This is an interesting thing. So cigarettes, another addiction. My mom was a respiratory therapist. So you know how you said your daughter, or she still is, but your daughter makes music videos with you in her free time instead of doing normal kid stuff. When I was a kid, we watched informational videos on what cigarettes do to lungs. So I remember, like, it's in there. These pictures, these stills from these movies that she showed us. So I don't smoke cigarettes at all, and I have a hate relationship with cigarettes. And people at work, they get smoke breaks and things like that, and so I figured out. I asked them, just kind of playing around, how much money they spend on cigarettes and or how many cigarettes they smoke a day, because they're not going to tell me how much they spend. Some of the people at work spend close to $200 every paycheck on cigarettes. $200 just like that is gone.
That's a car payment.
An addiction to the and that's you could get a pretty nice car for a $400 a month. It's mind-boggling. But anyways, just a weird side note.
I also remember those like random videos or whatever, but I didn't get them from my mom. I remember I watched one at school one time, and then that day my grandpa picked me up from school, and he smoked, and I threw his cigarettes away when I got home, and it did not go well. He was really pissed. Luckily I just like threw them in like the bathroom garbage can, so I didn't ruin them or anything. He just like grabbed them out, but he was pissed. But yeah, so you want to get into the quiz?
Can I just ask you?
Yeah.
Do you have the pictures, the nasty pictures of your American cigarettes now?
Yeah.
Of like teeth and gums and like the old dude with the mask on.
I can get them. I've seen them. Yeah,
we have those too. And I think over time that subliminally it just directly impacted my view of smoking.
right.
But yeah, I can't even yeah, I can't stand the smell of it anymore or anything. I just, it's.
And you know, you do you. If you're watching and you smoke, that's your prerogative. I just don't understand how anyone like under the age of 55 has seen the science and they're like, why not?
I mean, it's just like anything else. You get hooked on it. Like, I used to smoke recreationally at parties and stuff, and then that turned into started buying my own, and then that turned into, I'll smoke a couple times throughout the day. I mean, luckily, I was able to quit cold turkey, and it didn't even really affect me. But I can see how it builds.
Oh, for sure, for sure, yeah. And I get once you're in the thralls of it. Of course, you know it's like any other addiction, but I just don't understand how you start. Yeah, that first one. It's and I know it's peer pressure more than likely 9 times out of 10, but. It's like, a rough one for me.
This gives you a little bit of a head buzz on top of the beer I'm drinking. So
yeah,
cool.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
That'll turn 2 pints into 3 pretty quickly, and then.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so our last section is called Know Nothing. So we had Know the Art, Know the Artist. Now we got Know Nothing. It's a quick little quiz, and they're all based around the theme of addiction, even if it's in sort of silly or obscure ways. So, some of them are multiple choice, some of them are just like free response, you just have to know it. First question.
Hold on. You're aiming to beat, you got to get all 5. Yeah. Tim DeVille, a guy that we had on a few months ago, he's holding the record right now. He got 4 out of 5 right. So you can share the crown with him at 4, but you got to get all 5 to take the crown.
No pressure. All right, let's do this.
And I kind of forgot you were from Canada, and I'm wondering if culturally, I mean, it's not like you're in like South Africa or something, but I'm wondering if culturally some of them won't translate as well. But we'll see. I don't have any hockey questions.
That would have got me one for sure. All right.
All right. In Blades of Glory, the Will Ferrell film, what addiction did Will Ferrell's character Charles Chaz Michael Michaels say that he had? So what addiction did Will Ferrell's character have in the film? And it's probably one you could kind of guess if you're just thinking about Will Ferrell's characters.
All I'm thinking about right now is the mane and tail and the vertically brush, but I can't remember. Dang it!
So he was.
Hold on. Take a stab.
Yeah,
it's not like drugs or alcohol or anything like that.
No. It was some kind of food. Am I right?
No, but that's...
Oh, no. Okay.
So he's a sex addict.
Fair enough.
All right, so this next one's multiple choice. What TV show featured weird addictions? Like a girl who liked to eat sand, a girl who liked to drink paint, a girl who liked to eat rubber tires, etc. And then this one's multiple choice. So was it A, My Addiction, B, Weird Addictions, C, My Strange Addiction, or D, Addicted to Life? Do you need me to repeat any of those?
No, I think it's... Can you say B again?
B was Weird Addictions, C was My Strange Addiction, and D was Addicted to Life.
It's C, right?
Yes, that's right.
It is.
My Strange Addiction.
Nice.
Watching the one where the girl ate mattresses, and I've not been... Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was reading about that show earlier, and there's a lot of controversy because a lot of it is obviously fake, and a lot of it is not really an addiction as much as it is a mental health sort of issue.
Yeah.
But anyway, what drug has been shown to lower the chance of opioid addiction when legalized? So it's been legalized in a few areas, and it's so far shown the chance to lower opioid addiction, or lower the chance of opioid.
Right? Yeah.
What?
Marijuana?
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in marijuana. Yeah, that is it.
That is correct. All right, so this is one.
Okay, here's the one that maybe.
Yeah, this one's one that I don't know. Are you a basketball fan? NBA?
I mean,
no, but
yeah.
I know, like, I know.
There's multiple choices.
Yeah, I say it's multiple choice, so you can just take a blind stab. Question 4. Drafted by the Boston Celtics, second overall in the 1986 draft, this player tragically died 2 days later from a cocaine-induced heart attack. He was drafted 1986, second overall, and he was partying right after and died, or like the day after, and died from a cocaine overdose. A. Larry Bird. B. Lynn Bias. C. Larry Overture. And D. Lenny Dexter.
Well, I know it's not Larry Bird because he definitely did not die.
So we can eliminate that. So B was Lynn Bias, C. Larry Overture, D. Lenny Dexter.
I like D because I like that name. Was it Lenny Dexter?
Nah, that's a name I made
up.
It was
not. That is a good name, though. I like Larry Overture too.
Yeah, I made up
Overture.
I made up both those names.
They're good baseball names too.
Yeah.
Name like
right.
Yeah.
It was
Cocoa Crisp.
It was B. Lynn Bias, by the way.
Wow.
Lynn Bias, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah,
eh?
very very tragic story. There's like a 30 for 30 on him, I think, like one of those ESPN 30 for 30s. All right, last one, and this one's just a fill in the blank. This movie and book, while not directly dealing with addiction, explores a drug-addled trip to Las Vegas by gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Got it.
Nice.
All right, so 3 for 5. Very good.
Honestly, 3 for 5 is better than 90% of the people. Yeah. But we've had 1 0 for 5.
Yeah. And several 1 and 1 or 2.
A lot of 1 and 2 for 5s.
Yeah.
And then 1 3 for 5 and 1 4 for 5. So you're one of only 3 people to get 3 or more right.
Yeah. Which is passing.
That is passing.
I'm not showing off, but I'm not falling behind. So that's good.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I would have asked about a hockey player, we would have been all set.
You would have had 4 out of 5.
Another 10 minutes on the interview, though.
So what part of Canada are you in? This is just out of curiosity.
I live on Vancouver Island. So,
okay.
Yeah, just
basically as far west as you can go.
As far west as you can. Well, Queen Charlotte's is the next stop, but then the next stop after that is Japan.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. Awesome.
But most of the towns are on the eastern side of the island.
Now, can you see Russia from your house? I still crack up whenever I think about
tweets. I cannot see Russia from my house.
I love thinking about Sarah Palin. It makes me laugh every time. But anyways.
Well, and that's one of those ones that got attributed to her, but that was actually Tina Fey that said that.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
That surprised me too, because I thought she definitely said it.
Yeah, I could have seen it.
Saturday Night Live skit where she was stuck with Sarah.
Yeah, that's exactly. It was on SNL. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's about all that we have.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
You guys, this was super fun.
Everyone, go check out Aaron B. Thompson's music. It's all linked on our blog in the show notes for the show. The show will be posted later this week, and you can hear it again. But go check it out.
And if you're watching on Facebook, which or YouTube, either one, we'll just go ahead and put the link down below so you can easily find it.
Who's to say?
Yeah, or up there. Yeah, in the cloud.
It's all around.
I'm not worried about the cloud.
But anyway, I'm going to play your video one more time on the way out for people, or at least for like a couple seconds. And thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thanks for watching, all those who did.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Get rid of the thing. Got to
we clear? Yeah.
Nowhere left to go.
Awesome.
He's dead tired, it's rock and roll.